Hello, welcome to the fourth episode of Noah's Nonsense. I'm your host, Noah Bratz. Today's date is April 15th, 2020, which means what I believe Wednesdays. For the locals, the temperature is 31 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 1 degrees Celsius at the time of this recording, 12 p.m., according to Uncle Google with the weather. I'm wearing light and dark gray striped socks, light blue at the toes and the heels. The same from this morning's episode, because in case you haven't figured it out, I did double up episodes for today. I hope that doesn't become a habit. Daily development. Nothing new except that I'm recording this podcast at my mother's house. Thanks for letting me use this location and not kicking me out of the house yet, so that's always a positive. So sorry to say it's now my grandpa's because, you'll probably hear my brothers, which are quite young lads, and cars driving in the background. But hopefully both episodes are uploaded for day at a reasonable hour, and this first episode is where I'm going to be using bulleted points and trying my hardest not to ramble. 'Cause I care. The first one is to my crazy Uncle Dave. He shot me a text, but never shoots no deer. Just kidding, I can't either. That's why they call me Mighty Hunter Noah. See, not as much alliteration there. I'm referencing something there. Anyhow, he said, wait, let me pull up the message, word for word. I would like to comment via fax, said my crazy Uncle Dave. Dang, never thought about it like that before, said I, Noah Bratz. Now, commenting furthermore, sorry, Uncle Dave, not something we quite do here, maybe we'll look into down the line, but comment on any of my various social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those are at Noah's Nonsense. Email me at noahsnonsense12@gmail.com. Next on the list, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My cousin Dominic, son of David and Amber Tisler, he commented, would subscribe, but the stuff he said at 8:14 to 8:51 was too controversial for my taste. Disliked. I replied, that timestamp just doesn't add up, cousin Dominic. The Vimeo ends at 8:13. But folks, if I were to guess what he was referring to here, just speculation at this point, Tuesday afternoon, transposing, taking 10 years. That might have been controversial for him. Now, of course, I couldn't leave out Cousin Dawson and Cousin Ashton because Dominic, I was talking to him about other things, and then he called me, which is fine. Of course, I'd answer. And then he's telling me about how two cardinals fly through their house, and then his father is trying to get them out of there, and he couldn't get a video fast enough, or I would have played it in here most definitely. But yeah, and he was just telling me about how they caught like an eel and some other few species of fish I can't quite remember. And then I told him, sorry, mate, I'm recording. Gotta go. We can talk later. Not even 30 seconds later, I get a call from Ashton, re-explaining this. I say, oh, thank you. Dominic already told me I'm recording, so please go away. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And then Dawson comes. And then, I didn't raise my voice, but I sounded a little more irritated. In a joking way, obviously. I was just trying to make him feel a little bad. Love you, buddy, okay? So I told him that. I already told him. And then I told one of them, or both of them, or all of them, that you guys should try to communicate because as much as I love to hear that story 3 times, I am a very busy man. So thank you, Dawson and Ashton. This is where the bullet points come into play. Bullet point 1. Don't worry, I won't say it out loud for all of them. This is the backstory of Aunt Suze and I with Bob Ross. This was about 2 years ago, way before Bob Ross was cool, okay? I was the only guy liking Bob Ross and my Aunt Suze. One day, I came over to the house because I love my Aunt Suze, and everyone should try to visit their family as much as they can. I know it's hard. Try to Zoom or Skype nowadays, but this was obviously way before this coronavirus, sadly. And I was telling her that we should watch Bob Ross because it was probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and we couldn't fall asleep. And I'm like, trust me, this guy will make you fall asleep. And then we just watched an episode. She's commenting on it about how she likes it until the end. Like he'll add in like a shack or one tree or something and she doesn't like it. But I'm like, Aunt Suze, he got paid more than you and had a TV show. And she's like, I suppose. And I really and we've been doing that ever since. Every time I come over, or normally stay overnight, we'll watch Bob Ross together and talk about it, or sometimes even in the afternoon, and a lot of stuff like that. And I really do like that story. And we did talk about this. This might get a little PG-13, so hold on a minute. We did talk about that when weed is legal in Wisconsin, and I'm of age of like 21, and we'll follow the laws, so we're not breaking any, that we would smoke pot or eat brownies or something, and we would paint like Bob Ross together. Clothing. I have one pair of socks, 3 pairs of underwear, one lanyard, everybody needs a friend shirt, bracelet, sticker, and mug. All of this Bob Ross merch I have bought for myself, and I spent about $220. Oh, and my Bob Ross belt that I love very dearly. That has all of his little paintings on. Oh, it's really cool. Next is 2 pairs of light blue sky jeans, and swim trunks from my mother. She purchased them. Love you. Thank you, Mom. You're the best. And then I have 2 shirts from my grandma Marlene, Make 'em Birds, the If You Make Mistakes one, and a Galaxy style shirt. And then I have a Christmas shirt from my friend Victoria. Thanks for that. And then I have one Bob Ross bobblehead from Sophia's family, or Fee as some people would call her. And then, even though her mother loves her more than me, that's fine. I can live with that. I think I said that wrong. We're just gonna keep moving. Various papers, magazines, and cards. Not too much though. And if I hadn't mentioned this, Mrs. Stank, thank you for helping me with English. I learned quite a bit. And thanks for the calendar. I really do appreciate that one. I actually know the days of the week now. Now, here's some Bob Ross poetry, and I don't want to take credit for all of it because I know people probably helped me with the line or two, and I think Matthew Storm and I might have done one of these for English 9, but these are the 2 poems I made freshman year. Bob Ross is brushed to canvas. He fixed sadness. He was a happy high god. It was sad to say goodbye. Paints, brush, taps, and pads, knife scrapes. He made such beautiful shapes. Happy little trees, they were such a please. Dark light of his whites, he was such a delight. Bob Ross is my dad. I can never be more glad. Everybody needs a friend. He used such beautiful reds. His squirrels are as beautiful as baby deer. I wish he could have more than 1 year. Here is the second poem. While painting, you have unlimited power. At home, you have garbage power. Beats the brush for his happy trees. High guy, happy little trees. You have all the power. Just paint a happy, sad little flower. His paintings are such a breeze. I'm surprised he didn't get rabies. Paints, brush, taps, and pats, knife scrapes. He made such little shapes. A tree paints Bob Ross. You'll never be as awesome as Bob Ross. I think we can all agree that his mind is bigger than 1,000 trees. A strange world without Bob Ross. One happy little tree painter was Bob Ross. Whoosh, the brush across the canvas. As he takes away my sadness. I think life wouldn't be so bad if Bob Ross was my dad. I wish they would give him one more chance. I liked how his trees used to dance. There is something I would like to touch on in these 2 poems is the line, I liked how these trees used to dance. I don't know which Don McLean song or even what it was. Don McLean is the guy that sang American Pie. It's probably his well-known works, or it might have been a completely different song, singer. I can't quite remember, but I remember hearing something like this, and the way those words played, I don't think it was those trees. It was something like how we used to dance. Then it would be American Pie, but I can't quite remember. And I remember liking the way those words felt, and then I just substituted it for trees dances. And that's all I really have to do. Would like to do for commenting on the poems, but I'm very proud of them. Honestly, I would write a whole book about it. Poetry wise, I mean, I'm quite decent at poetry, I think. So, yeah, that's it for the poetry department on today's episode. So on the poetry side of things, well, more in the literary department, I did write a news article with Sam Welch. It was an alright article. It was kind of me procrastinating and then trying to do it at the end, so it wasn't my most high quality Bob Ross work, and I'm obviously not gonna read that to you because that would, even for me, that'd just be a long time, and I'm not very proud of that one. And there's not much else to say. Gosh, tongue twisters. Halloween is probably one of my favorite holidays after Thanksgiving, and I'll probably talk about those on the actual holiday because, I can't say everything in this one audio file, if you will, podcast, whatever you want to call it. So Halloween, this year, I'm a sophomore, and I don't care if you say I'm too old for trick or treating. I go with my family, so I have a valid excuse. So with that out of the way, so at school, I was kind of skeptical about dressing up, to be honest, because I didn't want to be the only kid doing so. But I normally get to school around 7:15, because I have my personal reasons and whatnot. And 7:30, 40, whatever. There's a lot of people, so I'm like, you know what? I'm proud of my Bob Ross costume because I did pack it in case I did wear it. So smart move there. And so that goes. I'm getting a lot of compliments. I'm like, this is a lot of fun. Glad I did it. Thanks, everyone that told me to do so. Appreciate you. Miss Hoshbach, you were one of them. Remember that, I guess. So, yeah, then I didn't enter for the celebrity contest, or it was something like the school staff or something were just randomly picking people that they thought were good, I guess. Don't know what quite happened. But yeah, I won that, and that was cool. And I remember pep band played a portion, I believe, or something. I think we did, and I had my trombone because I do play trombone for those unaware. And I was like, do 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 do, which is like our school thing for good job, because I had my trombone in my hand and the band did it, so I felt like being included in that. And then I just won a king size M&M candy bar. There's like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, a bunch of different ones, and I really didn't want any, so I gave it to my boy Wenzel, son of Amanda. So that was pretty cool. Next is the Halloween part for Florida, because I was during Halloween time for Florida, we went down. That was pretty fun. Visit my family down there. So yeah, so we went to a farmer's market for trick or treating with the familia, and I'm guessing it's like a trunk or treating, but for the South, because for safety reasons, you don't go door to door, obviously. And it was a lot of fun. It was cool. I got a lot of compliments there and stuff, but it was not as cool as the door to door. And I personally never been to a trunk or treat, so I can't say if it was better or worse. But we didn't get a ton of candy, which is fine. But my brothers and my little cousins, and we all had a good time, and it was a lot of fun too. And also, I did get to drive my Uncle Dave's truck, and I've never driven a truck like that. The biggest vehicle I've driven are vans because my family has kids, so minivan. And so that was different. It was just bigger, and it was different, and I had a lot of fun with that. So thanks, Uncle Dave. I feel like I can drive a truck a little bit more successfully, but he still has to explain the idea of the sixth gear on a Chevy Cruze or any manual car, because he tried to explain what overdrive was, and I googled it. Even my cousin tried, and I still don't quite understand. But so thanks for that, Uncle Dave. That was a lot of fun. Mrs. Dang's mural. So I'm part of the painting gang Viking Voyage at our school. I paint Broder's flags, murals of all the countries and stuff like that. I help out. I do more of the simpler line work because I'm not talented to paint all the things on there, but I've been having a lot of fun with that. And then so continuing on, trying not to ramble, I just lost my spot. Hold on a minute. So someday I will design a mural for Dang Store. I had a very rough idea for Dang Store, but personally speaking, I do not have that skill or ability or, natural talent to paint that. But somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, I might be able to, but for now, tongue twisters again. That'll be it for all the Bob Ross, sadly. And I could talk more about this topic. That's why I put it as part one, so we can have as many parts as I want. So yep. So now that we're done with Bob Ross, sadly today, I would like to say please like, share, subscribe, comment down below on any of my social media at Noah's Nonsense. I'm on Anchor, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Heck, send an email if you want with questions, comments, and concerns in any form of my social media links are all provided in the description. With that, tell your folks I say hi. Take care. See you tomorrow with episode 5, Thankful Thursday. Grandpa Greg. Take care. Goodbye.